Hey everybody, so here's just a quick review of an e-bike that I picked up. This is, I believe, I don't know how to pronounce it, Amyet G60. They go for about $380 on AliExpress right now. I paid $470 for mine. I got it a couple months ago, but right now the prices are pretty crazy. It's a 1500 watt rear hub motor with pedal assist. So this isn't a fancy mid-drive or anything like that. It has really cheap 7-speed Shimano drivetrain, has this coilover shock that I'm sure is not dampened. It's more like a pogo stick. The front forks also, I want to say they have maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches of travel, but they still work. The only problems I've had were the original throttle that came with the bike broke, so it wasn't sensing throttle input. So I contacted the seller on AliExpress. They sent me a new one, which was really nice because I didn't think the after support would be very good, especially for a cheap bike like this. Also, the stem that comes with the bike is like this long gooseneck. It's really ugly. So I got this really cheap generic, basically zero rise, really short stem because I'm about 5'10", and the weight was stock. The handlebars were just like way too tall for me. They were like up here, I guess, and it felt like ape hangers. So I got rid of those. The stock grips were like a solid plastic. They were really uncomfortable. So I put in these dual compound WTB grips. Kind of old school grips, but those are the grips that I like. I've been using these for probably over 20 years now. But anyways, I changed out the grips, changed out the stem, got a new twist shifter, and also I noticed the headset was out of adjustment. So you can see I added an additional spacer here. The headset came really loose and there was no real way to tighten it. You can't bring this crown down or anything like that. It's fixed. So the only thing you can do is add a headset spacer, and it tightened up the headset just a little bit. Otherwise, stock, it's clunking around like crazy and it just feels really unsteady, especially when you're going like 30 miles an hour. But other than that, it's pretty good. The brakes are awful. They're a cable actuated single piston brakes. So I don't know if you can see it here on the video, but basically when you squeeze the lever, it pulls the cable and only one side of the pad goes in. The other side is static, so the pad doesn't move. So basically it goes in like this and presses the brake rotor. So the brakes are just not that powerful. Not super excited with the cabling. There's a lot of like slack and weird cable routing. Wasn't a big fan of that, but I think I'm gonna fix that up. Same thing with the front brake. There's like all this extra slack on the cable. I feel like this is a good way for it to snag on something and break off. So I'm gonna shorten this when I get around to it. I just haven't had a chance. It is a 1500 watt hub motor, so it's pretty strong. It's powerful. It'll go 30 miles an hour no problem on full throttle. And I don't know, it feels really unsafe, to be honest. But I've put about 30 miles on it so far. I don't think the batteries last nearly as long as the manufacturer claims. If I go full out throttle, I can lose about 25% per mile. So it would only last me about maybe 4 miles on full throttle. But other than that, if I'm just riding on pedal assist, I think I can get about 15 miles on it if I'm on like level 3 with pedal assist. So let me show you the screen a little bit. So those are the different levels that it's cycling through. So 1 is like the lowest, 2, 3 is kind of the middle, 4 and 5 is max throttle. One thing is I noticed you have to be kind of careful rolling into the throttle if you're going throttle only and not pedaling, because it will throw you off the bike because it's pretty powerful. You want to hear the horn? There's left and right turn signals here as well, but they don't do anything. The light is pretty decent. I find at night it's totally adequate. Has an LED light up front and it's totally adequate. But anyways, yeah, for 380 bucks, or what it's selling for now, it's pretty crazy. Doesn't look too bad, right? It looks kind of cool, I guess. I think for the price and for the utility, it's incredibly cheap. I can't believe they can package this at this price. Anyways, if you have any questions, leave us a comment. Be happy to answer them for you. Bye.